Okay, this is for one of those instances where you might want to show that slideshow, but also have a number of guests on the screen. I found a way that you should be able to easily do it in your pro scenes. So here I have a blank scene. I don't have anything on it. And what I'm gonna do, the first thing I'm gonna do is do add new layer. And then what I'm gonna use to put the guest in is the dynamic grid. So click on dynamic grid and it's gonna add a box to the screen. And what I'm gonna do is size it down and put it over here to my right hand side. And I'm gotta kind of give it this from top to bottom, give it that whole area. Okay, now what I'm gonna do while I have that dynamic grid set, down here I have a number of windows and this represents the guests that I'm gonna add to the scene. Okay, so first I'm gonna add the one with myself. That adds that in there. Come to the next scene, I'm gonna add that in. That adds it to the dynamic grid. Add another one. So now we have 3 in there. Add another one. Now we have 4. Add another one. We have 5. And then add one more. So we really have 6. Now what I can do with this grid, once I have it set, I can actually make it larger if I wanted to. So that, you know, that's gonna size everything where they're all the same size. And you know, that's one thing that'll work for me. The other piece of the puzzle that we needed to worry about was being able to bring your slideshow in. So just like we talked about earlier, we're gonna do add new layer, and then we're gonna say slideshow. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and create a new slide, and I'm just gonna call this one slide test so I can differentiate it from the other ones. And then I'm gonna go down I'm gonna come down here and say add slide. And then here I have a bunch of pictures that I've already pulled in. So I'm gonna select the ones that I wanna add to my slideshow. Then I'm gonna say done. And then I'm gonna click on create. Okay, that creates the slideshow. But remember, just like before, it took up too much space, so I can actually move it over. I can size the slideshow down so that it fits along with my guests. And my slides are always going to fit in the confines of this line here. So I can arrow through my slides. And it's going to show the next one. And then I still have my guests over here to the side. And remember, with this, I can select this box. And if I wanted to size it down, I could. Then I just move my slideshow box over there. Now, one other thing I'm gonna show you here, and this might help for you because I know that you have background graphics that you like to show. I can come back over here. I'm gonna back out of the slideshow area, and then I'm gonna go over to media files, and then I'm gonna scroll down the list and find a background that I have in here, and it's nothing special. So I'm just gonna select this one right here, and it's gonna put it on top. But all I'm gonna do is come to that graphic, come over to the left where it turns into a hand. I'm gonna hold my left button down and slide it down under everything. So now it'll be in the background. So I have my slideshow here on my left, and I have my guests over here to the right. One other thing that you could do, let's say for example, if you wanted to put a logo on here, let's say I'm gonna go ahead and move my slideshow up a little bit. And then I'm gonna come over here, back to add new layer. Then we're gonna go to media files. And then I'm gonna look down here and see where I have one of my logo graphics. Just past it. There it is. I'm gonna select that logo, and it put it on the screen. Of course, I don't want it here in the middle, so I'm gonna drag it down to the bottom, and then I'm gonna use the little sizers, and I'm gonna grab on that to that and size it down to where it's small, and then I can have that on the screen too. So again, my guests are still here, and then I have my slideshow, and I can arrow through and change things on the slideshow. One thing with the slideshow, if it's moving not fast enough for you, we can come over here to our slideshow, click on the three dots, then we can edit it, and then you do have the option to change the animation speed. Right now it's set on 2 seconds. I can bring it down to a second so that it should progress a little bit quicker whenever I click the button. So now I'm on this slide, hit the button, and it transitions over. So that should help you out a little bit. It gives you kind of an easy way using that dynamic grid to bring all of your guests on screen and not have to worry about resizing it. So this part works pretty much like it does in the dynamic scenes, but then you have the flexibility of putting your slides and everything wherever you want it, because you're actually in the pro scene. So let me know if there's anything else you need, and I'll be happy to help you out with it.